So today we're going to do a dowel exercise. So go ahead, grab a dowel. We're going to start off with 2 red springs, and then we'll put your foot bars all the way down. When you get your 2 reds on and your foot bars down, let's just go ahead and lie ourselves down onto our reformers. Dowels can just start to the sides for now, and then arms are just going to begin nice and long at your sides. Feet are going to be out in front of you. Legs can be long or bent. And then we're just beginning right into our neutral spine, so we have that nice little space in between the low back and the mat. And then let's just start with a few deep breaths. So we're going to take a deep inhale through the nose. And then just take a deep exhale through the mouth. And again, deep inhale through the nose. And deep exhale through the mouth. Then think as you inhale, we're creating a deep imprint of our bodies down into the mat. And then as we exhale, feel that imprint just get even deeper. Again, inhale, feel ourselves create a nice deep imprint. And then on our exhale, feel our bodies just kind of melting down into the mat underneath us. And then as we breathe, I want you guys to find the center line of your body. And then just notice if anything is off from that center line. So maybe notice if you have a little more weight into one shoulder than the other. Maybe you have a little more elevation into one hip than the other. Just making those small little corrections as you breathe. And then let's just do one more deep inhale, one more deep exhale. And then we'll take another inhale in our neutral spines. And on our exhale, let's roll ourselves into our 12 o'clock position. So just flattening the low backs down into the mat. And then on our inhale, we're gonna roll into our 6, finding that nice arc. And then again, exhaling as we roll into our 12. And then inhaling as we roll into our 6. Exhale again to the 12. And then inhale as we rock back to our 6. Now, I like to think when you roll into your 12, you're warming up your low abdominals as well. So think about that 2 inches underneath your belly button is drawing in towards your back to help flatten your low back down. And then on your inhale, just creating that nice extension of the spine. Let's do a couple more. And then last one, exhaling to the 12, and then inhaling right back to our 6. All right, then let's bring ourselves right back into our neutral spines. Go ahead, grab your dowels. When you grab a hold of your dowels, reach back and take your long loops. The long loops are gonna go right onto your dowel. If you have the metal hardware, the straps can go on the inside of the hardware. And then if you do have straps that clip on to your dowel rather than lying on the dowel like mine, you can go ahead, unclip your straps and clip them to the dowel. Now just know if you do have the clips, you might have to lighten up from these 2 outside red springs. Otherwise, you guys can stay on the 2 reds. Again, dowel is going to be in the hands. We're going to reach the arms just nice and long up to the ceiling and have the hands on the outsides of the hardware. Staying in our neutral spine, we're going to draw our knees up into a tabletop position. Legs are just going to be zipped together. Head's going to stay down to start. And then on our exhale, we're going to press our arms just down to our legs. And then on our inhale, we'll return. Exhaling as you pull down to the legs. And then inhale, return. Now just notice we don't get as far range of motion as we usually do. And then if you do want this a little heavy for yourselves, feel free to switch to the short loops instead of the long loops. Exhaling as you pull down, and then inhale, return. We're eventually going to add in with these. I just want you to think about warming up your arms, warming up your lats. And then just thinking on your exhale as you press, engaging your core. Your muscles are drawing in and up your spine on that exhale. And then inhale, return. Let's do 2 more. And then last one, exhale, press, inhale, return. Now, pause at the top. We're gonna add in our legs this time. So as we press our pulp down, we're gonna extend our legs out to a challenging level, and then we're gonna return everything back. Exhale, press, curl, extend. Inhale, return. Now just making sure, again, we're holding our neutral spines, and then as the legs go out, the core again is drawing in and up. Exhale, press and extend. Inhale, return. Let's go for 3, 2, and then last one. And back. Now again, pause back at that starting position. Let's add in a curl with that. So on our exhale, we're going to press, curl ourselves up, extend those legs back out, and then inhale, return it all back. Exhale, press, curl, extend. Inhale as we return. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then return. Now, again, hold in that starting position. If you need to lighten the load, feel free to lighten yourselves up. We're going to go back up into one curl, and we're going to stay up there. So exhale, press, curl, extend the legs back out. Hold for 6. We're going to lift the arms and lower. 5, and pull down. 3, 2, and 1. Arms up, head down, and then go ahead and relax the feet. Feel free to relax your arms, give your knees a little sway. We're going to keep going with that same series, adding in triceps this time. Again, if you need to lighten the load, you can lighten it up to a red and a blue. If you do want it heavier, feel free to switch to your short loops instead of your long loops. So let's start with the elbows just bent right at our sides, neutral spine still. Knees will just draw right back up into our tabletop, legs zip together. We're going to keep the knees in tabletop to start. On our exhale, we'll just press the palms of the hips, and then inhale, bend. Exhale, press, inhale, bend. Now, I'm going to bend more than a 90-degree angle. So just bringing the dowel into my chest and then pressing to the hips so I can get a little further range of motion here. 2, 1, and then bend. Now let's add in our legs. Exhale, press, extend, inhale, bend. Out and in. We're going to go for 4, 2, 1. Let's add in that curl. Exhale, press, curl, inhale, back. Exhale away, inhale, return. Think curling up from the bra line. Let's do 2. On this last one, we're going to hold. Now just bend those elbows. Exhale, press. Stay in that curl from the bra line. We're creating that nice little space in between our chin and our chest so we could fit like a kiwi or a lemon, and then drawing our core in. 3, 2, 1, and return. All right, then once we return, feel free to give those knees again a little sway. Relax the arms. You're going to take the dowel now, and the feet are going to go right onto our dowel, and they're going to go to the insides of our straps. Legs are going to be nice and long. Feet are just going to be about the width of the straps. And I have my arches on the dowel. If it feels better to go onto your toes and balls of your feet, feel free to come onto the toes and balls of the feet. Legs are going to go just up as high as we can hold our neutral spines. And then on an exhale, let's just lower our legs straight down towards our springs. And then inhale, hinge to come back up. Exhale as you lower. And then inhale, hinge. Now think as you lower the legs down, I like to imagine a little oppositional pull of the body. The abdominals are drawing in and up away from the legs as we lower. And then inhaling as we hinge. Let's do 2. And then last one. Exhale, lower. And then inhale, hinge. Now, lower the legs down to about a 45-degree angle. Stay here. We're going to bend our knees in for a squat. The straps should keep our knees in line. And then on our exhale, we're going to stretch our legs right back out. Inhale, bend in for a squat. Exhale, press the legs back out. Inhale, bend. And then exhale, stretch. Bend and stretch. So again, the straps should be keeping the knees in line with each other, staying with that sacrum heavy, pelvis still, And then just trying to get that push coming from our glute max. So right where our glute connects to our hamstring, that's where I want the push to come from. We're going to do 3, 2, and then last one, press and bend. Now, let's go ahead, press the legs out, hold, slide our feet so that they're right next to each other. Again, arches or toes and balls of your feet wherever you feel comfortable. We're gonna bend both knees back in. From here, left knee is gonna stay up into tabletop, just the right leg's gonna press out for a single leg squat, and we're gonna bend to come back in. Exhale, push away, and then inhale, bend. Trying to keep our leg as straight as we can as we press, and then coming right back in. And in, push and back. Again, feeling that glute max activating a little more with that unilateral work. Out and in. Still thinking about creating that nice pelvic stabilization, so sacrum stays heavy, pelvis stays still. We're holding our neutral spine the entire time, pushing out, and then bring it back. Let's do one more. Out and in. All right, now set the left foot on. I'm gonna scoot out of my shoulder blocks just a little bit. Take the hands behind the head. Keep the left knee up into tabletop position. We're gonna press our right leg back out. We're gonna hold. When we come in, let's curl and rotate to the knee. Press and extend, and then rotate to the knee. Have to detour a little bit with those straps. One more. All right, then once we come back out, set the left foot down, take the hands behind the head. They're gonna go to our strides, and then let's bend the knees back in. Keep the left foot on, right knee's gonna stay up into tabletop. Exhale, press our left leg out, and then inhale, bend. Exhale, press, inhale, bend, out, and in. So again, feel that press coming from right where our glute connects to our hamstring. Straight line out, and then straight line back in. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, then once we come back in, we're gonna take the hands behind the head. When we press out, and when we come in, we're gonna curl up, rotate, press out, come center, or rotate to the knee. Press out, center, rotate to the knee. So we're still exhaling out, inhaling to the knee. Again, just kind of watching those straps. 2 and 1. All right, come back to the center, set the head down, take both feet back onto the dowel, stretch them out, and then let's go into our Pilates stance. So heels together, toes are turned apart. Again, still into that neutral spine, either on the arches or the toes and balls of your feet. We're gonna bend our knees back in for a frog. This time the knees can go on the outsides of the straps, and then exhale, stretch the legs back out. Inhale as we bend, and then exhale, stretch. Bend and push. Think squeeze your glutes to press away. Two and 1. All right, bend to come back in. Hover your arms just a couple inches at your sides. Let's add in a curl with that. So exhale, stretch the legs out, curl up. Inhale, bend and return. Exhale, press, curl. Inhale, bend. Now, if the neck is an issue, take the hands behind the head to support your neck, and you might just have to detour from those straps. Exhale away. Inhale back. 3, 2, and then on this last one, let's hold here. Inhale now, just bend the knees. Exhale, press the legs out. Inhale, bend. Exhale, press. Feel free to hold onto the carriage with your hands too, so you don't get pushed back into your shoulder blocks. Let's do 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then we'll relax right back in. Staying in that Pilates stance, we're going to move into our hundreds here. Feel free to either do our 5 individual counts in for our hundreds, or 1 deep inhale in for 5, and 1 deep exhale out for 5. Up to you. So start in your frog position, heels together, toes apart, knees bent in. Hover your arms a couple inches at your sides. On an exhale, let's press, curl ourselves up, hold, start pumping those arms. Breathing, inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale 2, 3, 4, 20, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale 2, 3, 4, 40, inhale, exhale 2, 3, 4, 50, inhale, exhale 2, 3, 4, 60, inhale, exhale 2, 3, 4, 70, inhale, exhale 2, 3, 4, 80, inhale, exhale 2, 3, 4, 90, inhale, exhale 2, 3, 4, 100. Let's bend the knees, take the dowel into the hands, take the feet off, set the dowel behind your head so it doesn't roll off, and then we'll sit ourselves off to the sides. All right, let's change to a single red and a blue spring. So red and a blue, we're gonna do some arm work. Again, if you need it lighter, feel free to lighten the load to either a red and a yellow or just a single red spring. I'm gonna stay on a red and a blue. Headrest is gonna go all the way down if you do have yours up. We're gonna sit onto our reformers, facing our straps, legs through the shoulder blocks, and then we're gonna grab our dowel back into our hands. Same thing, hands are gonna be on the outsides of hardware. Now, I'm actually gonna switch to my shorter loops just to make this a little heavier for my arms. Feel free to stay on those long loops if you would like. Arms are gonna be nice and long, palms facing the floor, just about chest height with your arms. And then on an exhale, we're gonna bend the elbows wide to pull the dowel into our chest, and then inhale, extend. Exhale, pull, and then inhale, extend. Pull to the chest, and extend. Good. If you do want it heavier, feel free to go onto 2 red springs. Exhale, pull, inhale, return. We're gonna go for 4. Think sitting up nice and tall on top of your sits bones, evenly weighted throughout the right and the left. 2, and 1, and then return. Now, keep the dowel into your hands, flip your palms up to the ceiling, arms stay long, bicep curls. Exhale as we curl in, inhale, extend. Exhale, curl, inhale out. Again, sitting up nice and tall. I like to imagine that if my spine was up against a wall, it would be staying flat up against a wall and then evenly weighted throughout that right and the left sits bones. Let's go 5, 3, 2, 1, and then extend. Now, once we extend, take the left hand to the center, right hand off. We're gonna rotate and take off that extra blue spring. So you guys are just gonna be on a single red. Rotate your palms to the floor again, hands on the outsides, right into our deltoid. So on an exhale, we're gonna lift the arms up towards the ceiling, and then inhale, lower. Exhale, lift up, inhale, lower. Think as the arms lift, the shoulders come down out of the ears. 2, and 1. And then return. Once we return, we're gonna go into our roll downs this time. So now on an exhale, let's tuck the pelvis, roll ourselves down into our sacrum so that lowest part of our back gets down. Take an inhale. Exhale, we're gonna go up and over the legs, stretch forward. Inhale, stack it up. Exhaling as we tuck, roll back. Then send the tailbone to the heels, take an inhale. Exhale, come right back up over the legs. Inhale, stack it up. Tuck, roll. Inhale. Exhale, up. Give yourselves a little stretch forward. Inhale, stack it back up. Let's do 3 more like that. 2, And then last one. And then right back up. Now, once we come back up, feel free to give those shoulders a little roll. We're gonna stay with those roll downs, and we're gonna add in our arms. So bring those arms nice and long. Again, just about chest height. Exhale, tuck, roll down to a comfortable spot that we can hold here. And then on our exhale, we'll bend the elbows wide to pull the dowel in. Inhale, extend. Exhale, pull, inhale, back. Keep that nice tuck of your pelvis. Then send the tailbone towards the heels. You do not have to be super low if this is not comfortable for you, if you can't hold it with your core. Let's do 3, 2, 1, and then return back up. Now, flip your palms up to the ceiling. Same thing with our bicep curls. Tuck, roll yourselves back down to a spot that you can hold, and then on your exhale, curl, inhale, extend. Think dowel to the nose or to the forehead. Just make sure that you don't hit yourself like me. 3, 2, last one, and then all the way back up. Ooh, give those shoulders a roll, neck a little roll. Take your palms back down to the floor, and now we're gonna add in a little movement with our arms. So the legs are gonna stay long, the arms are gonna stay long. We're gonna go back into that roll down. We're gonna tuck our pelvis on our exhale, roll ourselves back down, and we're gonna hold. Now, on our inhale, we're gonna bring the dowel into the chest, elbows wide, press the dowel back behind us. Then on our exhale, we're gonna lift up out of our hips, stretch the fingers to the toes. You will get slack, and then inhale, stack the spines up. So again, tuck, roll back on your exhale, inhale to the chest, push back, lift up out of your hips as we stretch forward on our exhale, fingers to toes, inhale, stack it back up. Let's do a few more of those. Exhale, tuck, roll, pull in, press up, exhale, lift up out of the hips, stretch forward, inhale, stack it up. Tuck, roll back, pull in, push back, lift up out of the hips, and then inhale, stack it back up. Last one. Exhale, tuck, roll, inhale, exhale, lift up out of the hips, and then inhale, stack our spines back up. All right, last thing that we're gonna do here will be some obliques. Don't worry about both of your sits bones staying anchored down for these. Most likely we'll kind of rock one up and one down when we rotate left and right. So again, don't worry about your sits bones being anchored for these today. Palms are still facing the floor, sitting up nice and tall. We're gonna start to the right. So on an exhale, we're gonna tuck, roll to the right as we do so. We're gonna pull the dowel into the chest. Inhale, come back up and center. Exhale, tuck, roll, pull to the left. Inhale, up and center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Let's keep going with those. Think tuck the pelvis. Again, send the tailbone towards the heels. Curl your pubic bone towards your forehead. We're gonna go for 3, 2, last one, and back. All right, then once we come back, we are gonna sit off to the left side of our reformers. Take your right strap off, hang it back up onto the peg. Then once you hang that strap up, we're gonna kneel facing the left side of our reformers, and then the left strap is now going to slide towards your right hand. I'm gonna be a few inches away from my shoulder blocks. If you do want it a little lighter, you can be up against your shoulder blocks. Both hands are gonna hold onto the dowel. Palms are rotated down to the floor, and our torso is rotated towards our strap. Try to think keeping your hips parallel to the front of the room. We're gonna start with some rotations. So in an exhale, we're gonna pull the elbows wide, pull the dowel into the chest. We're gonna rotate towards our foot bar and press the dowel out. From here, we're gonna bend back in, rotate back to our shoulder blocks, extend the arms out. Exhale, pull, rotate, push the arms. Inhale, bend, rotate back. Exhale, pull, rotate, push. Inhale, back. If you want it lighter,
I am on my short loop, but you can be on your long loop as well. And then again, just trying to keep those hips parallel to the front of the room and getting that rotation coming from our spines. Let's do 2. And then on this last one, I want you guys to hold to your foot bar. Inhale, bend your elbows wide. Exhale, push back out. Dowel to the chest, press. We should feel most of the work coming from our right bicep. 2, 1, return all the way back. Now, step out in front of you. Keep your strap where it is, so on the right hand. Both hands are on the outside of the dowel, palms facing the floor. Our left foot is going to step forward and our right foot is going to step back. So nice wide stance into a lunge. Now, if knees are an issue, I want you to skip the lunge and just do the arms. On an exhale, we're going to sink into a lunge, pull the dowel into the chest. Inhale, stand back up. Exhale, sink. Inhale, up. Try to get the knee to the floor if you can. Let's go. 4, 3, 2, last one. Hold here, extend the arms, pull out, elbows wide. 3, 2, 1, stand back up, and then we'll take that strap off. We'll hang it back up. We'll do the same thing on the other side. So kneel, face the right side of the room, grab that right strap. It's going to go onto the dowel, closer to the left hand. Both hands are on the outsides. I'm going to be a few inches away from my shoulder blocks. Oh, and I used my short loop for this last one. So long loop or short loop, up to you with the tension. We're going to rotate towards our straps to start. And then on an exhale, we're going to bend the elbows wide, rotate to the foot bar, press out, bend, rotate back. Exhale and inhale, trying to get those obliques to fire on that rotation. Adjust that strap if you need to. We're going to go for 3, 2, and then last one. All right, stay here, bend wide, press. Bend wide, press. Noticing a difference in the sides. Feel that left arm doing most of the work. 2, 1, and come back. All right, step off, forward. This time, our right foot is forward, our left foot is back. Nice wide stance, palms facing the floor. Again, if knees are an issue, just do the arm work. Exhale, sink, pull, inhale, up. Sink, pull, and stand. 3, 2, on this last one, hold. We're gonna go for 6, 5, 4, lots of arms today. 3, 2, 1, and then stand back up. All right, slide that strap back to your right hand, straddle your reformer, and then grab the left strap as well. Place it back around your dowel. Again, I'm on the short loop, so it's a little heavier. Hands are gonna hold onto the dowel. We're gonna be palms up to the ceiling this time, and I'm gonna be scooched right to the back edge of my reformer. Coming into an external rotation with the toes and the knees, we're gonna stand up into a squat, and we're gonna hold. Bicep curls here. Exhale, curl, inhale, extend. Curl, extend. 3, 2, 1. Now hold, ready? Lift the heels, lower the heels. Lift, lower, lift, lower. Let's come into a halfway curl, hold. Lift the heels, lower the heels. Lift, lower. 4, 3, 2, 1. When you extend the arms, make sure that there is something underneath you to sit down onto, and then you can sit. All right, let's hang our straps up onto the pegs. When we hang our straps up, we're going to sit off to the sides, set the dowel to the side for now, switch to just a yellow spring, take that red one off, and then we're going to come kneeling onto our reformers facing our straps. Knees will be up against the shoulder blocks. Let's go into some core work. So we're going to take our hands onto the frame of the carriage, and I'm going to go further forward than where I would usually be. So I'm going to slide mine like 6 or so inches further up so that my hands are no longer underneath my shoulders, and then my fingers on the outsides of the frame. Toes are going to be curled underneath me. From here, we're going to lift up into a plank. So we're going to lift the knees, stretch forward, and hold. We're going to do some knee tucks. So on an exhale, we're going to tuck the pelvis, pull the knees in through our hands, inhale out. Exhale, tuck, pull, inhale out. 3, 2, 1, and then return the knees. Good. All right, feel free to stretch back. We're going to do the same thing, but adding in a little rotation for our obliques. We're going to do 8 total, so 4 right, 4 left. When we tuck and we rotate, we're going to rotate to the right. Then when we come center, we're going to tuck, rotate left, center, tuck, rotate right, center, left, center. So hands on the frame of the carriage, toes curled underneath us, lift back up into our planks, hold. Now, on an exhale, we're going to tuck, rotate the hips to the right, pull in, inhale, back center. Then left and center, right and center, left and center. We're halfway there. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And out. Come back down. Feel free to give ourselves a little stretch. We're going to do one more plank, and it's going to be our pikes here. So, same thing, slide your hands further forward, so your hands are further out than your shoulders, toes curled underneath you, lift back up into our planks, hold here, exhale, tuck the pelvis, hike the hips, bring the carriage in, inhale out, 6 total. 3, 2, and 1. Good. All right, come down onto the knees. Feel free to stretch back, child's pose, and then sit yourselves off to the sides. Let's go 2 outside red springs. Take that yellow one off, and then we'll lie ourselves right back down onto our reformers. All right, once we get down, grab your long loops. They're going to go onto our feet for feet and straps. And if you would like your headrest up, feel free to prop your headrest up. We're going to go legs just up as high as we can hold our neutral spines. And then let's come into our Pilates stance, so heels are together, toes are turned apart. On an exhale, we're just going to lower the legs down towards our springs. And then on our inhale, hinge to come back up. Exhaling as we lower. Inhale, hinge. Exhale, lower. And inhale, hinge. Think about drawing the abdominals up as we lower. And hinge. Let's do 2 more. And then last one. All right, let's add in with those. So we're going to exhale, lower legs back down, hold. Inhale, open the legs out to the sides. Staying in that same plane, draw your heels back together, and then hinge at the hips to come right back up. We're going to lower down again. This time we're going to open and close for 2. Inhale, open. Stay in the same plane as we close. Last one, inhale, open. Exhale, close, hinge, and come right back up. Now, lower again, and we're going to open and close for 3. So each time we lower the legs, let's add on 1 open and close, and we'll just work our way to 6. So we're gonna lower and open and close for 4. Again, just trying to stay in that same plane. Feeling those adductors, our inner thighs firing to bring the heels together. And then we have 5. And then we have 6. Once we finish 6, bring the legs right back up. Stay in our Pilates stance. We're gonna go ahead and just lower the legs right back down to about a 45-degree angle now. And then let's go into our Peter Pans. So keeping the pelvis nice and still, we're gonna open the right leg, bending the left knee. And then we're gonna exhale, press right back to that 45. Then we're gonna open the left, bend the right, and then exhale, press back center. Inhale, open, and exhale, press. So thinking as the right leg opens, that left hip is gonna stay anchored down. And then as the right leg opens, or as the left leg opens, the right hip stays anchored. Let's do 2 more. And then last one. Then once we come back to that 45, hold, still in our Pilates stance. Inhale, bend our knees in for our frogs. Exhale, stretch right back out. I like to flex the feet in and point the toes out. Inhale, bend, flex. Exhale, point, press. I feel like with that point, I can get into my glutes a little more. So think, squeeze your glutes as you point and press. Inhale, bend. 2, and 1. All right, now keep your legs long, feet parallel. Headrests are gonna go all the way down if we do have them up. And we're gonna move into some skips. So the low back will come down and off of the mat, so we will lose our neutral spine for this. We're gonna start and kind of finish with the legs at this 45, feet parallel. To start, we're gonna let the right knee bend into the chest, the left leg go straight up to the ceiling, let the low back go down, lift your pelvis up, and then press right back out to the 45. Then go up with the right, bend the left, lift, and then exhale, press right back out to the 45. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, lift, exhale, press. Now you take these skips at your own pace. Just kind of stretching out that low back. Inhale up, exhale, press. I'm gonna go for 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, then come right back center, feet parallel with each other, back into our neutral spine. Lower the legs a little further down towards our springs. Let's open them wide out to the sides to circle the legs around and back up. Leg circles down, around, and up. Think sacrum stays nice and heavy, pelvis stays still. So we're trying to get that movement coming right from the head of our femurs in that hip socket. The more we move these joints, the more synovial fluid we create, which is that nice lubricant for our joints. Let's do 1 more in that direction. Then once we come back up, pause and reverse. All right, last one. come right back up, and I'm gonna come into my favorite hip flexor stretch. So low back is gonna be flat. I'm gonna take my hands onto the straps just to kind of assist with this stretch. Bend your right knee and send the foot down towards the floor. Now, just kind of give into that stretch with the right leg, and then if you would like to, you can let your left leg open out, and I always give my left knee just a little bend. You can keep it straight, you can bend it, it can be straight up to the ceiling, up to you guys. I just want you to come into a stretch that feels best for you here. And then we'll switch. So bring that right foot up, left knee is gonna bend, send it down to the floor, just kind of surrender into that stretch, and then you can either keep this right leg up or you can open it out to the side. You can keep the leg straight or you can bend the knee, whatever feels best. Just try to open up, give yourselves a nice stretch. Feel free to press into the straps if that feels good. All right, then we'll bring it back up. We're gonna take the straps off of our feet. Let's hang them on up. And then once we hang our straps up, let's sit ourselves up off to the sides of our reformers. We're gonna go on to just a single red spring. And then let's take those two outside reds off. Go ahead, stand on the floor, facing your reformer. Take the hands onto the two front corners of your carriage. And then if we do have any shoulder issues or wrist issues, feel free to bump down to a blue instead of this red. On an inhale, we're gonna press our carriages out, find a nice length in the backs of the legs, the spine, the chest, drops down through the arms, and then tuck round and bring it back in. Let's do two more. Inhale out, let the chest drop down through the arms, find the length in the backs of the legs and the spine, and then tuck round and bring it back in. Last one, inhale as we push away, exhaling as we come back in. Take both hands to the right corner. Same thing, we're gonna press out, lean into the left side of the body. I always take my right hand to the frame and push out a little further just to get a little deeper into the stretch. You do not have to. You can keep both hands on the frame or both hands on the carriage. And then you can round and come back in. Two more. Inhale, push away. Lean into that left side body. Keep that lean as you round to come back in. Last one, inhale out. Exhaling as you guys come back. Take both hands to the left corner. Inhale, push away. Feel free to keep both hands onto the carriage or take the left hand to the frame. Lean into that right side body. Exhale, tuck round, bring it back in. Two more. Inhale out. Exhale back. Last one, push and round to come back in. All right, take both hands back onto the corners, each corner. Press your carriage out one more time. Hold yourselves out here. Again, find the length in the backs of the legs, the spine. Drop your chest through your arms. From here, keep the length through the spine and the legs. Inhale, bend your elbows wide for a push-up, and then exhale, press it out. Inhale, bend. Exhale, press. Let's go 3, 2, 1. Hold, push out a little further, chest drops through arms, tuck the pelvis, round the spine, bring your carriages all the way back in. Roll your spines up, and then on an inhale, let's just go ahead, you guys can reach your arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, drop them back down to your sides. I hope you guys enjoyed class today. Don't forget to like and subscribe and ring those notification bells. Thanks, guys.